Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So, something very bizarre is happening with the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC 5, and I'm not sure what this is, but it's just very strange. So, my question is, was the DLC delayed again? Are we looking at a potential DLC for this that's gonna be, I don't know, maybe end of August or something? The reason I'm asking is because, you see guys, I published a video about the last leaks for the V-Jump, which was actually 9 days ago. So in this one we actually analyzed the information which leaked from the V-Jump scans. That was like almost 10 days ago, okay? And in there, of course, we talked about like the new side missions and, you know, ground combat and other stuff, and like end of story. Once you finish the main story, it's going to be like police missions, so like kill like or get rid of villains on the streets and whatever. So that was obviously like 10 days ago, right? And then what happened? Well, guess what? When we got the Dragon Ball update on Steam, we see that they are actually now working on the update 2.1. Alright, which is effectively DLC 6, alright, because the update, right, the current update right now is 1.92. That's the current one, okay? They already are working on the 2.0. As you can see here, the last time they touched it was last month, and then they started development. I mean, they worked on 2.1 over here, and they're also working on 2.01. So 2.01 and 2.0, these are the DLC 5. This is DLC 5. 2.1 appeared very recently, like just a couple of weeks ago, right? So this is effectively 2.10, this is DLC 6 in development, right? 2.0 is basically DLC 5. So my question is, what is happening here? Because as you can see here, they've pretty much finished the update for DLC 5 last month. It's all done, it's all complete. I mean, it's just ready, it's literally sitting on the shelf, but Bandai, for some reason, they're not releasing it. Now, going into the update history, as you can see here, we have, again, they're changing now stuff on the DLC 6, as you can see here. So DLC 6 content updates and some, this is a debug version for 2.01, which is like a small update improvement to the DLC 5, because 2.0 and 2.01 are kind of the same thing, DLC 5. So we see that they are, you know, working on DLC 5, but at the same time working on DLC 6, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you hold back the DLC 5 for so long? Another piece of the puzzle, which is very interesting, is the following. Bandai Namco has just recently announced the Gamescom 23 lineup, and they're saying they're thrilling surprises, which is quite interesting one, right? Now we have here the following, guys. So Bandai Namco has announced the lineup, and the lineup obviously has lots of games which are already confirmed. So Armored Core, Naruto, Boruto, Park Beyond, Sandland, Tekken 8, but then they say the following, and more. Along with this already packed lineup, Bandai Namco is also keeping other thrilling surprises for Gamescom. Stay tuned for more and see you there. So obviously there's going to be either a new gameplay trailer for maybe Budokai Tenkaichi, a new reveal of a brand new game altogether. Maybe, for example, just give you one example. What if we would get a new gameplay for a new One Piece game? Just throwing it out there, right? I mean, anything can happen, right? So obviously, you know, they're holding back more information for Gamescom, which they haven't really shared up to this point. So my question is, are they going to release the DLC 5 during the Gamescom, which is obviously quite late in August, because this is effectively from the 23rd to the 27th of August. Now, releasing the DLC 5 right now is actually potentially one of the best ideas, because it's quite a dry period right now. We have effectively like the end of July until like the end of August, and then things are really gonna pick up quite crazily in December. We have Starfield in December, then we have in October Spider-Man, so we have a lot of heavy hitters coming from September onwards, okay? But right now, between July and kind of like mid-August, mid to late August, there's pretty much not much happening in the gaming world because it's holidays and stuff. So I'm wondering if they're holding back because they want to make more sales on this DLC to get people to buy it in September, or what's going on. I mean, just don't get it, right? So this one is a big question, guys. From my point of view, I'm just baffled right now. I'm quite shocked that we are literally like in the month of August in just a couple of days, and still we have no information whatsoever for when this DLC is gonna come. And I'm pretty disappointed on that bit, is that lack of communication from Bandai Namco. It's like, why they don't even tell us, like, just tell us a date. Like, why do you struggle so much to just tell us, hey guys, so DLC 5 is gonna be coming on the 15th of August, for example, right? Just give us a date, and that's it. And obviously just kind of tell us. But for some reason they just drop it without any further notice, and I believe this actually damages the game more than it's worth it, because what you're doing is effectively, if you just drop this DLC, and this is where I think like Bandai, they don't really think properly sometimes. I'm just sorry, but it just doesn't make any sense, right? If you know that you have a group of hyped people who are waiting to play this DLC, I mean, I know there's literally like at least a couple of million people who are going to play this DLC, at least 1 or 2 million for sure, right? Probably even more. And you know that these people are waiting for the DLC, but if you don't tell them and they're not prepared, they may actually be busy during that time, either playing a different game, going somewhere, and just basically not buying it or not playing it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't tell someone in advance when to expect something, then of course the interest for that particular product fades. When the game gets suddenly announced for release, and then we have the release trailer or something, and then boom, just the DLC just drops like the next day or the next 48 hours, that from my point of view is a very poor practice. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It just, I mean, they should give us some warning, like even like if it's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks warning, like just tell us, okay, the DLC is gonna release in 3 weeks time at this point, and then boom, we know. But for some reason it's just not happening, guys. So just don't know what the hell is going on. And of course we already know everything. We literally know everything about the DLC, because in my previous video, obviously we talked about the DLC scans, we talked about like the stuff which you're gonna be doing. We have the sub story for Pilaf, we have the police missions. So like they literally just told us the whole damn DLC, like it's ready, it's there, like all the content is there, because these screenshots are from the end of the DLC, so it's just prepared, right? But just for some reason just not happening, it's just not showing up. And yeah, I'm just baffled. I have no idea what's going on, guys. This is just very bizarre, very interesting at the same time, because Bandai's strategies most of the times for Dragon Ball don't make any sense. It's almost like they expect, because Dragon Ball is so popular, they just know that people are gonna flock to it regardless, and basically don't really care about it. But at the same time, by doing this, you're actually damaging the game, because people are potentially not going to be playing it, like I said before, because if you don't give them advance warning ahead of time, then they're going to be playing something completely different. As simple as that, right? Just to give you an example, in September, I know Starfield is coming out in September, and I'm going to obviously make time to play Starfield, because that game, for me personally, it is looking pretty awesome, right? So that's just one example. If you tell your audience when your game is coming with anticipation, at least a couple of months, right? Even if it's like less than a month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks or something, that is still better than just dropping it suddenly. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. Just like, I know some of you guys are quite disappointed, some of you guys have no idea what's happening, and we are quite kept in the dark. Like as of right now, there's literally nobody. I actually scoured to Twitter, and I obviously searched for Kakarot, and there's literally like no news like whatsoever, like DBS Hype or DBS Super, like nobody published any information on any more stuff. Like there's literally just nothing, guys. So yeah, I don't know, it's something very bizarre, something very interesting, and I'm just not sure what the hell it's really happening here, because yeah, no idea, guys. But anyway, I'll let you guys know in the future if obviously we have some information, and once we get information of anything to do with the game and the DLC 5 and DLC 6, as always, I shall publish a video as soon as physically humanly possible. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, see you later in the next one.